No one here but us ghosts.
That's funny.
Hello?
I'm hearing noise when I
noise?
unmute the Twitch stream, so...
Fantastic. Okay. So, welcome everybody to my little corner of this. We're going to be playing Tass Times in Tonetown, but the wrong version. Because that's the version I have. But it's gonna be fun. So I'm joined here with Rebecca Heineman. It is an honor. Thank you for being here. Round of applause.
Golf claps all around.
Golf claps
Thank
all
you very
round.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. I'm looking at the chat box on my thing and it doesn't seem to be working.
Alright, I'm here.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Visual, sound, and click button. Fantastic, DD. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game. So I've never played this before, just FYI. So this is going to be completely blind for me. I better turn the CPU cycles down. Okay. So... Whoa. This is your grandfather's main living area in a secluded, winterized log cabin, deep in the northern woods. The dining table has an order slip from the local pizzeria. Spot is here, lying on the floor. Okay. So, let's take a look at this order slip. You can't help but notice that the anchovy and pepperoni combo has been circled. It's Graham's favourite, but always gives him terrible nightmares. Nightmares.
Anchovy and pepperoni is pretty good pizza too.
I don't mind anchovies. Okay.
Fun fact, it's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah?
Ooh. Also
Very
one
nice.
of my favorites.
So I guess we should look around now. So we're going west, and we're in a hallway off the living area. A bedroom is to the south, while a lab door is off to the north. A lab. Can we open the lab door? Probably not. Nope. The lab the door? You can't open the lab the door. Okay. So, so the other version's got different art. Is that what we were saying before?
Yes, much different art, because when you're working with a game that's EGA graphics, you have 4 colors.
Ah.
The 2GS and Amiga had full 16 color, 4096 color palette art, so it's a lot better looking.
Oh man, I should have looked for that version.
I might be able to put it together in Zippo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now, actually. Because I have it. I have an emulator.
I hope the stream can hear Steve because he's pretty quiet on my end.
Oh, sorry, I'm away from the mic.
Ah. We're in a messy bedroom. Gramps was never the best housekeeper. Even though he keeps a spotless laboratory, Spot sits by the foot of the bed, whining softly. I want to look at Spot. Spot's name, oddly enough, comes from the spot on his back. Let's have... So... Yep, a wardrobe and a chest of drawers. See nothing special about the chest of drawers. Look at the closet. It appears as though all these clothes are still here. Okay. Look at the bed. The bed hasn't been slept in for a day or two. Can we move anywhere in here? We can. There's a kitchen. You're in a small, familiar kitchen. Spot is here, barking at the kitchen counter. Look at counter. Sitting on the counter is an odd-looking cookie jar. Okay. Why is it odd-looking? There's a key in the jar. Well, we're taking that. And we have the key. Oh, it's a little inventory little bar down there. I didn't even notice that. That's cool. Okay, we've got a key. Guessing that would be for the lab. The grandma. Oh, yeah, they would. I'm expecting that when she comes back, maybe. Not the grandma hall. Let's use the key on the lab. Or the lab door, rather. Aha, we're in the lab. You open the door and rush inside. You're in Gramps' lab. It looks like it could use a good dusting. There's a half-eaten pizza and a fishbowl sitting on the lab bench. You can see a book. Let's read the book. The book is open to a page whose date is just a few days ago. It says, shouldn't have had the pizza. Fell asleep with hoops on. Fear the worst. Grabbing some pics for barter. I'm going through to examine pizza nightmare damages. Rips in space are feared to be, except the first part of the book encrypted with arcane symbols and mathematics. That's all you can make out. Okay. So, what's Grandpa up to? Counter, I see nothing special. Pizza. Can we take the pizza? No. Yuck.
Man, this game is making me crave pizza.
Right?
I really want some.
Many
pepperoni
pizzas were
pizza.
consumed in the creation of this game.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Just working on it. Oh, let's look at the fishbowl. Have you played this before, Summer?
No, but I've seen the game and I've wanted to play it, and I admire Rebecca Heineman's work a lot, so I'm glad we got her on here.
Me too. Me
It's a
too.
good thing you got the guitar picks, because that's
Oh, yeah?
actually a way. Yeah, because if you move forward in the game, you go through a one-way portal,
Mhm.
and if you don't have the guitar picks, you're screwed.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's one of those puzzles where I thought, if I had to go ahead and edit the game, I would have had to make it so that either you can't go through the portal without the picks, or there's a way for you to get guitar picks on the other side.
Right. Bit of vitamin entrapment there. Oh, Spot. What is he doing? You're in the eastern
He's
part of the
giving
lab.
you a clue.
Ah. Oh, looks kind of like a portal-y kind of thing. You're in the eastern part of the lab, standing before a silvery hoop, which is large enough for you to walk through. A generator is bolted to the floor in the corner. Spot is here, leaping through the hoop, like a circus dog. Bless him. I like the animation on Spot there. Let's look at the generator.
On a chat, someone was asking, is there anything but assembly involved here, referring to assembly code or C code? Because I know the games, when I wrote them all in assembly at the time.
Yeah, I assume assembly code.
That's a scene.
Just throw the switch
And what-
for a jolting experience.
Was that 6502 assembly or Z80, or which chip was it for the Atari 2600?
It was in a 6002.
Uh-huh. And Pickle Duck is asking, is there a scripting layer or is the game pure low-level code?
I created a language that writes adventure games. I originally designed it for a game I did called Mind Shadow. And then afterwards I did a game called Tracer Sanction. And then after that was Borrowed Time. And this is the fourth game in the series. Every one of them is as a scripting language in which you write in this language, the verb, noun, and the events and the rooms and so forth, and I run it through a compiler I wrote, which generates a special bytecode. That's what the game's actually running. And the bytecode interpreter that the game was all written in hand-tuned assembly, where the PC is running, I wrote it in 8086. Apple II C64 was written in 6502. The 2GS was written in 65816 assembly, and then the Amiga was 68000. I think, though, that one I actually wrote it in C, with some 68000 assembly.
Nice.
As someone who's coded a bit of assembly in the past, that is very commendable, I think, because that is very, very difficult. As a not that talented programmer compared to you, that is very difficult to accomplish.
Well, since then, I've already learned, I know over 20 assembly languages. Like nowadays, I'm doing assembly in ARM 64, AMD 64, and a bunch of a shader assembly.
That is just madness. I'm working in Python and JavaScript at the moment, so that's a whole different ballpark.
Oh, I've done quite a bit of Python.
Okay, so we've just stepped through the hoop. You get dizzy for a moment, then find yourself in another place. You're in a dirt-filled construction site. A trench running north and south starts here. It appears to be dug by unconventional means. The walls of it are smooth. Okay.
Nido King says, better load, you can't beat the game now.
Oh, really? I've stuffed it already.
But he's got the picks, so...
I mean, we've got the designer here.
Yeah. I've got the picks. Everything's fine with the guitar.
One thing you have to know, now that you've gone into the new world, you're going to be counted on how many moves you make. If you do not do something in 50 moves, you will be captured by Franklin Snarl.
Oh, well, we got to avoid that. That doesn't sound
so
like...
you're probably going to be playing the game, and all of a sudden Franklin Snarl will come up and say, a tourist, and drags you off to prison, which ends the game. So the question is, why are you looking like a tourist?
You gotta dress the part, man.
Oh, man.
Nido says he doesn't have the book, and then Troll just read the Wikipedia article. It mentions that you need the book at the end.
I read the book, but I didn't take it. Okay, let's just in case it's real. Let's restore, and we'll just grab that book. I did save. Whoops. Restore game. Okay, so West, I believe. Yeah, take book. We now have the book.
You should read it. You should read it.
I read it before. There was mathematics and the book's page open to a page whose date is just a few days ago. It says, "I shouldn't have had the pizza. Fell asleep with the hoop on. I fear the worst. Grabbing some pics for the barter. I'm going through to examine the pizza nightmare damages. Rips in space are feared to be. Except for the first part of the book, encrypted with arcane symbols and mathematics, that's all you can make out."
Well, then maybe you should eventually take the book to somebody who can make it out.
And I'm guessing somebody in the other world. Flip switch. It's such an ominous sound when you flip the switch. Love it.
I do have the 2GS.
Oh yeah?
Look in the chat.
Ah, right. Okay. Let's have a look here.
Seriously, all you gotta do is unzip it and start it up and it's right up.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Really, like the graphics and music in this version are like what I fell in love.
Yeah, fun fact was that when Apple gave us the prototype of the Apple IIgs, and I saw what the sound chip can do. I described it to a friend of mine at Activision. Named Russell Lieblich. May he rest in peace. But he was the music designer for a game, or the creator of a game called Master of the Lamps, and he was the musician at Activision. He was drooling over what we could do with it, so I went over to Activision, to his office, and I parked myself there for a little over a week as I wrote the music driver, and he was there composing the music for the theme song, and we were constantly bouncing ideas off each other about how to make that music. But once it was done and we played the song, this is 1985, 86.
Right.
When they heard that song with 32 voices and all the polyphonic notes that we did on it, at the time they're like, holy hell.
Oh, it's so good. It has that counterpoint in the bass. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, even the hand clap. I remember we got a bunch of people in the office, and we all said, everybody get around here. And we went to the microphone, and all of us clapped our hands together to make the sound effect, which recorded it, to get the sample.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Am I supposed to be hearing the game? I haven't been hearing the game audio at all.
It's probably because
the PC version doesn't have much sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to fix that. Okay.
So you are switching to the 2GS version.
Mm-hmm.
Veritas.
Veritas.
It was only when I got older that I realized Latin. Like, that's so nerdy. It's unbelievable.
Well, another fun fact was that the game Tass Time in Tonetown is the very first professional game ever shipped for the 2GS. It was out before the machine was even sold. And stores loved the music so much that many stores took a copy of the game, booted it up on a 2GS, and just left the soundtrack running so people would come in and buy the computer saying, oh my goodness, the computer could do this kind of music? I'm going to take one of these home.
Wow.
So it sold quite a few 2GSs because of the soundtrack.
I can imagine.
That is Veritas indeed.
It was designed. The music was designed to be best played with a set of Bose roommate speakers because those are the speakers that were sold with the 2GS at the time that they came out with the computer.
And did those speakers have specific properties?
Yeah, there was a certain harmonic curve. I remember tuning the music specifically for playback with those speakers. I actually have to find all my programming notes. There's a bunch of formulas on there about what I had to do experiment-wise to figure out what the speakers did, the documentation on it, but it was all designed to sound best on those speakers.
Cool.
Sorry, guys, won't be a sec. I'm just setting this up.
For those who are only joining us now or are tuning in after some time gone, we are still raising funds to help Steve, who's here in voice with us, beat his medical bills for his ongoing kidney failure, for which he needs to get a new transplant. So, because he has a lot of bills, we wanted to help him out by raising some funds during this event, and we've already reached our goal of $1,000, but anything more that we can raise helps him out, and we would definitely appreciate it a ton if you could spare anything and donate via either his GoFundMe page or our Streamlabs link. You can find both links on the website yourventure.com or on our Twitch channel page. And if I'm sounding tired, it's because I'm tired.
Right, got it.
Yes, the medical bills are far above $1,000, but anything we can raise helps out.
Yeah, that, and also he has to go through those dialysis treatments and everything. I don't even want to imagine what he's going through.
It's you know,
Yeah, dialysis also costs a lot, both financially and physically, and just in general.
I do okay. You know, it's every Monday, Wednesday. I go from 5 to 10 at night. So the treatment itself is 4 hours long, but there's about a half an hour before after the treatment. I gotta they put the needles in, and then at the end I gotta take the needles out, and so all that good stuff. But
yeah, and also you have to plan those dialysis sessions. I've heard that can be difficult in itself. Then you actually have to get there, spend time on them. That's time away from your family, time away from your work. It's very intensive, and of course the cost associated with it is also very high, especially in the US with the healthcare situation over there. So that's a difficult situation.
A few weeks ago, I ended up in the hospital. I got sick. I had internal someone shirt, and I had to get taken in an ambulance to the hospital. And I just got the ambulance bill at $1,305.
Wow, that is rough.
Ouch!
That is just insane for an ambulance bill. Like here, that would be like €70 stops or something like that.
Yeah, don't believe me, I know. It's there's people that Ubers to the hospital now because it's cheaper than.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Wow. I really find it hard to hear that kind of stuff because I wish people didn't have to suffer like that and have to go through so many issues and have to go bankrupt or into huge debt just to treat their medical issues. So I wish that wasn't the case in the US and elsewhere, and I hope that will change in the future. And in the meantime, we will do anything we can to help.
Exactly right. Okay, so I've got kegs running as well. Might be a second, sorry guys.
Wanderer is nearly done with setting up the
better version.
Tass Times.
Okay, so I've got the disc. Yep.
It should be set up to.
Nearly got it running.
Do I need to type in a command or something?
Oh no! It should just run.
Oh really?
Okay. Okay. Once you go check out the disc. Go take a look at that.
Disc? All right, hang on.
Yeah, I'll load it up. So.
Becky is saying if it's booting from slot 5, type in C500G.
Oh, right, okay. Let me see what slot
that
they're in.
Disc configuration.
It's in slot. It says 5D1.
Disc configuration. You should probably put it in 7D1.
7D1? 7D1.
Yeah. S7D1, sorry.
Slot 7 is hard drive, Becky says. Becky
I'm just going to share the whole. I'm going to share this whole thing with you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There should be a set disk configuration up in that.
So it's in here
set
now.
Disk configuration should be there. That's where I have it. It's running.
Yeah, that's slot 6 or slot 5. I couldn't read that.
This is slot 7. That's where I have it. It's running.
Okay, then type C700G. 0G.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, that music is so much better. All right, let me just share that with the stream.
Told ya.
We've got the game running.
We got it.
And you can see the title page looks a lot better.
Yeah, definitely does look far better. This looks
Very Tass.
very better.
Uh-oh. It looks like Streamlabs isn't capturing it though, because it's set to it, but there's nothing coming up.
Can you do window capture?
Yeah, it doesn't show up in window capture.
Screen capture?
I could do screen capture. If I can, if I can make this full screen.
Alt F. Sorry, was it Alt Enter? Isn't it to get full screen?
Didn't
Yeah,
you just had it full screen, didn't you?
No, it's on.
Wait, some-
I'm sharing it with you guys, but this is how I'm seeing it. Alt Enter's not working either.
And there isn't a menu option in kegs for you to go full screen?
Not that I can see. Unless there's key commands. Hang on. Ah, F11, toggle full screen display. Alright. There we go. I will
Whee!
change to this. And I will
That's better.
display capture. Source. And there we go. There we go. Let me just put this behind everything.
I'm hearing a weird noise.
That's the clock.
That's the clock.
Although it's
Oh,
playing really fast.
Oh, okay.
It's probably
Yeah,
because of
there's
my
sound
CPU,
effects
right?
now, so
Yeah,
yeah.
now I can actually hear the game.
Alright, now we're starting.
Okay, well, make sure you get the book and the picks and the key.
Yes. So that was to the west. Actually, no, the key was to the south first.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen. You have to first get the cookie jar.
Oh, Spot's barking.
Yeah, and that's another clue. Every time you're in a room and Spot's barking, that's a hint. There's something about the room that you haven't done yet.
Okay. Look at jar. And there's the key. Take that key.
You can also use your mouse to click on the key.
Oh, I can? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Nice. Can I use the mouse to move as well?
Yeah,
Yes, I can. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome.
I tried to think of everything when I wrote this game.
Yeah, that's the sort
I
of
still
stuff
want to
I would
remake it.
remake it.
I would love to, with like a fun new wave soundtrack and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell, I have a whole idea on how to do a sequel.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. That would be so cool. Who owns the rights? Like,
That would be Activision.
do they still own it? Bummer.
Great book. Just a few days ago. Shouldn't have had the pizza. Fell asleep with the hoop on. Fear the worst. Grabbing some peaks for barter. I'm gonna go. So guitar picks are like a currency in this other world. Is that what I'm picking up from
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll take that book. Ba-ba-bum. Fishbowl. I will take the picks.
All right.
Let's do it. Go east. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. You're in the eastern part of the lab, standing before a silvery hoop, which is large enough for you to walk through. A generator is bolted to the floor. In the corner. Spot is here, leaping through the hoop like a circus dog. Alright, so let's flip the switch. Still an ominous sound there. Generator springs to life and a hum of power pulsates through the mysterious hoop. Spot leaps up with a glance over his shoulder. Lets loose a little yip as he leaps through the hoop and a burst of bright sparks. Let's step through. We've done it. Alright. Probably should have saved back a thing. Actually, no, I think I've got everything. You get dizzy for a moment, then find yourself in another place. You're in a dirt-filled construction site. A trench running north to south starts here. It appears to be dug by unconventional means. The walls of it are smooth. You look at Spot and notice he looks radical. Radical! He looks radical, dude! He turns to you and says, Say, wait. He turns to you and says, Say bye to Spot and load Eno.
Oh, Enio.
I've
Ennio.
arrived. Ennio. Load Ennio. I've arrived.
Let's blast.
Let's blast. Ennio is following you. Whoa. Okay, so enter brings... Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna save the game. Just in case. Okay.
Yeah, I love that you could like back and
Voozle Cowbunga dudes.
this is a text adventure with
Bunga.
it's really cool.
It kind of reminds me of Companions of Xanth, in a way. If anyone's played
Well,
that.
to put things in perspective, game design is that the world that you're now standing in is a parallel world in which what if Devo and everything that they did in their music videos was actually the world? And
Oh
that
my god.
people
I was
like
do it.
you, like our world, is considered as outlandish as Devo is. So you walking around with
nice.
jeans and a t-shirt is as if you're walking around downtown San Francisco, or more like downtown Cleveland, wearing Devo's jumpsuits with a little flower pot on your head, and people look at you funny. Well, that's essentially what the people in this world are doing when they're looking at you. They think, you're dressed really weird.
I love that. I love that concept.
Yeah, and they're like punk and new wave outfits are the norm.
Let's go.
And of course, the people speak in a slang that's very inspired by Devo and the other punk rock or electronic bands of the 80s.
Where did Franklin Snarl come from?
You mean the concept of the character or the character itself?
Yeah, like the concept of the character. Like, he's kind of interesting.
Well, the concept of the character is this: what you're not going to be told until you get near the end of the game is that this world that you're in is actually a world that was created by Grandpa's imagination. Because Grandpa happens to like Devo and that kind of stuff, so
Gotcha.
when he has dreams, his hoop connected him to essentially the world that he created through those dreams. Problem: if he ate those pizzas, it gave him nightmares, which then created monsters and things, which of course manifested in this world. That's where Franklin Snarl came from.
Right out.
It was
Right.
3 normal creatures. It was an alligator, a raccoon, and I think a bird or something.
Oh, hang on.
Yes.
Yeah, but those 3 creatures merged to become what Franklin Snarl is. And then, of course, what was one of the worst things that can happen in this type of Devo-ish world is a corporation. So the Franklin Snarl is a corporate financial overlord who's buying up all the properties so he can go ahead and create condos. And what you're looking here is the construction site of his condos.
Ah.
See, there's lots of overtones and subtle things about the story that isn't obvious to you until you get near the end of the game, and then everything starts to make sense. But, so you have this villain who's really the nightmare of Grandpa, which is both creatures that are merged together as well as corporate chills.
Gotcha. Now I can take... What is that? I've got a jar. You've got the silver jar.
Jars? Oh yeah, those are handy.
You're in a dirt-filled construction site. The trench heads off to the south. It appears to be dug by unconventional means. The walls of it are smooth. I just examined it before, and it looks like it was dug with acid. Okay, so where else can I go from here? Oop. Ambrosine is now following. Thanks for the follow.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Ambrosine. Ambrosine donated earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your donation.
Okay. So, nothing more there. On the southern part. Oop. Infamous Quest is now following. Thank you for the follow.
I didn't realize I wasn't already.
Thank you.
You tried to do it quietly because, oh crap, I'm not following. Set off the
That's
alarm.
exactly right.
Hey, I'm already following.
Yeah, Rebecca
I'm terrible.
followed earlier.
I'm the same way on Twitter. I don't realize I'm not following. I talk.
Okay.
Well, you made it up for it now.
Okay. So, walls a bit smooth. Where should we go? Let's go east. Ooh. You're on a north and south sidewalk. To the east is the Jamak Salon. Am I pronouncing that right? Jamak?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. While the construction site is off to the west, hovering before you is a float phone? What? I'm gonna look at this float
Yeah,
phone.
it's a phone. Float in the air.
Well, remember, this is the world of Devo. You don't have phone booths, you have book phones.
A little sign on it reads, "Lift receiver, follow directions." Tell me what to do. I'll do it anyway.
For all you millennials who don't know how to use
Oh,
a phone.
You hear, at the sound of the tone, insert a pic for information. Ooh. How many pics do I have, though? I just have a bunch of them. Okay. Even typos consume turns. Oh, crap. Ugh. I've got to be real careful. Oh, can I count pics? I don't know how to count.
Hey, I only had to fit this game in 32K of memory, so
Yeah.
give me a break.
That's cool. I'm gonna hold off on the phone for a second, but I will go into the salon. Whoa!
Good.
You're sitting in a chair in the Jamak salon. Off to the east, you see a rack of brightly coloured clothes through a doorway. Chaz, Tonetown's famous body stylist, hands you a die-cut diorama. Okay, take the diorama. You can't get that, okay. Unless I already got it.
Just look at it.
Oh, look at it. Look at... diorama. Okay, it reads... Pink, 2p. Glitter, 3p. Royal blue, 4p. Sparkle plenty, 5p. Feather foil, 10p. Ooh. I like the sound of sparkle plenty. So is
Now,
this...
which one do you want to buy?
What's more Devo? Can I look at these different things? Nothing special, okay. I don't know. I got a feeling the most expensive one should be, you know, if this is going to be my...
I'm going to give you a
disguise.
gimme. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
It's just there to spend your money, but really, all that matters is that you can't walk around with, normal hair, or at least
Okay.
what we consider normal hair. You gotta. But then again, if you want feather foil, come on, do it.
okay, yeah.
Let's
buy a
Becky
feather
the feather
foil. Chaz puts down a wild streak of feather foil in your hair and says, "Now you're looking tone. Better than that John Boy Waltune look you had. Let's jet back. Let's jet back to the teak. Teak?
It's short for boutique.
Right.
They speak in a slang here, so
Yeah.
they're always saying things. Let's jet. And John Boy Walton. So
Good night, John Boy. Alright, cool.
Good night.
Alright, so we've got our hair done. Our hair did. Let's leave. Oh, wait, there's clothes. We need clothes. Okay, can I look at clothes? There are lots of clothes on the racks. They're most easily separated into tropper wear, jumpsuits, and slippy shirts. You hear a muttering, faint but annoying. Stupid tourist.
What you just heard is the timer starting to run out. That was actually Franklin's snarl.
Oh,
Notice,
crap.
just noticing you, but he hasn't acted on you yet.
Uh-oh. Okay. This is getting...
Now, here's a hint for you.
Mhm.
If you actually had the newspaper that came with the game and you read the ads in there,
Mhm.
they made a mention that slippy shirts are out of style. So it should give you a hint as to which you should be buying and which you should be avoiding. It was part of the copy protection that we had a lot of hints in the game inside of the newspaper that came boxed with the game.
The days of feelies. You purchase a jumpsuit for 5 picks. Ches says a hooplet would look very Tass. Very Tass. Let's buy a hooplet. You purchase a hooplet for 2 picks. So
Make sure you wear them.
yeah. Wear jumpsuit. You slip into the jumpsuit. Wear hooplet. You put on the hooplet. Now we're looking very Tass, guys. We're looking very Tass.
Yeah. At this point in time, the timer's gone. You can now take your leisure, wander around the game. There is no more time limit.
Awesome. Awesome.
Tonetown Times, Wednesday, July 78th, 1986. I have the Tonetown Times right here.
Oh, well, let's read it. Oh, Bleat Mop is now following. Thank you for the follow. Pickle Dog, remove fanny pack.
Ask Pan Fanders. There is so much information here. What's all the hoopla about? It's about hooplets.
Yeah, if you go to the last page of the newsletter, you'll see 70% off all Slippy shirts. We got to get rid of them.
Yup, 70% off all Slippy shirts. Now at the teak. The diorama look. Get the diorama look. Ever does. The Jam Excellent. Oh, I love this. See, I love feelies like this. In
Me too.
games, you know, like
Me too, man.
I made a bunch of crap like this for our games for like Quest for Me. There was like, you know, in the instruction manuals and stuff like that. There's always just so much, you know. I mean, like you can do it now as PDFs, it's quite the same, but you know, it's paying homage to it. But I love this stuff, man. Loved it.
Me too. It's a shame.
Like
It's a shame we don't have that.
This newspaper. Looking at it, how much fun was this to make? I mean,
Oh, it was hilarious. We were sitting around coming up with all the jokes. In fact, some of the puzzles are like,
It's Tass by the Daggles.
there was if you look at For Rent, there's hints there about Franklin's snarl. In the For Rent, it says 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments, and it says contact F snarl, and other condos and stuff like that.
the Tonetown Times, published close to every day at Tonetown Dreamland. Publisher, Map Snips. Editor-in-Chief, Yu. Managing Editor, Brian Fargout. Brian Fargout. Feature Editor, A. Chen Lejeune. Staff Writers, Polytone, Mas Noslin, Willie the Kid, The Legend. Task Class Postage paid at Dreamland and Compass Points. Postmaster, get with it. To subscribe, phones the deal man at any time.
Now, another trivia. The publisher, Map Snibble, it's Pam Levins backwards. She's our producer.
Gotcha.
That's
Pam
cool.
Levin. Yeah, there it is. Yep, that's funny.
You're on the sidewalk right
Phones
outside the
deal.
Tonetown Times. Sitting on the sidewalk is a small newspaper dispenser.
Oh, you got to go inside and see Ennio.
Oh yeah. Okay, bye.
Don't be a cheapskate. Buy one.
Alright. Insert the pick, open the dispenser, and get the newspaper. Can we read the newspaper? Which article? Ooh, okay, read article 1. Let's do that.
Space Piston, yeah.
Gramps vanishes. Franklin Snarl linked with mysterious disappearance.
That is That's the head article of the newspaper that comes with it. Graham's vanished.
Oh,
Franklin
nice.
Snarl linked to mysterious disappearance. A very strange but lovable Tonetown visitor who calls him Gramps has recently disappeared. Gramps was one of the only visitors who, in spite of his untasked apparel, was well accepted in Tonetown. And that goes on to give you more hints and stuff around here about Frank.
We got
But Snarl
Boomfield.
denies these reports. So
Franklin Snarl purchases choice in-town sites for the project of Snarl Construction Corp. Location, location, location. That's everything in real estate, Franklin Snarl was quoted as saying. Alright, let's enter...
Fun fact, that's an
Oops.
actual quote in the real estate biz.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, when you read the articles in the newspaper, they're actually all based short versions of ones that are actually in the newspaper if you read it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh,
It was actually a hint in the game to get you to open your frickin' box and read the newspaper.
There's
Whoa.
the daily horror scope.
You're in the main office of the Tonetown Times, the local newspaper. There's a doorway off to the east. The editor, sitting behind his desk, is working. Okay. That,
That's what
one,
I hear used to look like back in the day.
that fast one-handed typing. Top left, ring doorbell. Top right, yammer at thin air. Space Quest historian. Second row left, mixed meth. Second row left. Let's go. Can we talk to the editor? Let's bother him while he's working. You have to use first names in Tonetown, warns Enio. That would be in the newspaper, wouldn't it?
Good catch!
Yep.
Read article.
And I'm talking no, read the real newspaper.
Oh,
That's
right.
this is a way to keep you from breaking the game, because in order for you to get past this puzzle, you have to look in the newspaper, and in there it says the publisher is Nayu, N-A-Y-U,
Yeah,
was editor-in-chief.
N-U-Y-U.
And Nuyu.
N-U-Y-U.
N-U-Y-U.
Yeah, so talk to Nuyu. So talk to N-U-Y-U.
You look turn. Go print a press pass at the free terminal. You're on photo assignment for The Legend. Here is an instant camera. We need a close-up of the Daglets. Okay. I'll take that camera.
I believe, isn't Ennio the legend?
Is Ennio a
Yeah,
legend?
when he's saying the legend, he's referring that you're going to be Ennio's assistant.
Ah. You got an instant camera. Okay. And I'm guessing we go to the east. Ennio, the legend. He is a legend. Look at him.
He's got to cut down on the caffeine.
Seriously?
So I'm fresh
I love
pots
how
right
fast
now.
this is running. This must be running in like turbo mode.
Yeah.
I think there was something else in the coffee.
In this world, you're
mixed in.
probably right.
Yeah. Okay. Ennio smiles and wags his tail. Okay. You're sitting behind a terminal. Okay. Can we use the terminal? Or print pass, maybe? I don't know how to print. Use terminal. Nothing unusual happens. Okay. Wait, what if I turn on the terminal? Maybe that would help. Okay, the terminal displays the following. Type your name. Can I type any name?
Yeah, so type and then whatever your name is.
Okay. Type Steve. Do you need a press pass? Yes. Printer error. Ah, damn it. It must be a dot matrix. Okay.
Maybe you should find the printer and fix it.
Yeah, let's fix this print. It's probably jammed or something. Let me look around the room again. So you printer in the newsroom. Sitting behind a terminal and printer. Okay, look at printer. the standard laser-induced photon emission thermal printer. Okay. Use printer. Nothing unusual happens. Okay. Then we have to turn on the printer. There we go. You hear the printer's carriage position to home, and you see the printer's ready. The light goes on. Oh, the printer's ready light goes on. Okay. I wonder if I have to turn on the terminal again. Okay, type Steve. Yes. And we are taking this press pass. I can't carry anymore. Uh-oh. Okay. So I need to drop something. We won't need the lab key anymore, will we? So I could probably just drop that, right?
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Drop key. Take press pass. Yes. We're now ready
Just
to...
so you know, in this game, when you drop something, it'll stay in that room. So if you ever want to get it back, just come back to this room and pick it up.
Cool. Okie doke. So now I have a press pass. So let's go find the Daglets. Oh, that's not the way out. That's the way out. Nope. Nope. There we go. North. Alright. Daglets would be at a studio, maybe? See if we can find a studio. Let's go. I don't know. No. East? No. North? Enio won't mind hanging on to it. He's busy having a stroke. Whoa! He's barking. Okay, Spot. Now you're on a north and south sidewalk. There is a strange bullet-shaped building to the east and a construction site to the west. Enio sniffs the breeze like a young puppersnapper. Okay. Maybe look sidewalk? No? Or look at sidewalk? No? Okay.
You know, like, I legit wanted to live south.
Whoa! The waitress has seated you at a booth and waits to take your order. From where you sit, you can see Fast Freddy's really hopping. Fast Freddy's is really hopping. There are dancers whirling around on the floor, on the dance floor, people eating and chatting at various booths along the walls, while rock music blasts out across the room. There's a small sign on the wall in your booth. You see mitts. Okay, let's read the sign first. Welcome to Fast Freddy's, the hottest place in town. Glow burgers are big, hot, delicious, and glowing for only 3 picks. Activate your brain's neurotransmitters for just 2 picks with Fast Freddy's Fizzy. Space Quest historian wants to skin waitress. Okay. What are these? Are these gloves? Can I click on them? Oh, they're mitts,
Those
right? They're mitts.
the
You're
glow
right.
burgers are pretty hot.
Oh, let's buy one. Oh, nope.
Good type of burger.
Yeah. You should try Fizzy with that, the waitress says. And then she brings you a glow burger and places it on the table. The waitress asks, "And what do you have, our legendary Enio? A cold woofie on toast?" Enio says, "Whoop." Oh, I know, a cold woofie on toast, Enio says. Okay, can we eat this burger? Oh, it's too hot, so we need to wear the mitts. Can we just wear the mitts from the table? Nah, that's cool.
That's not how you spell mitts.
Oh, yeah. There we go. You need to be holding the mitts. Okay, so let's drop the newspaper. That's not how you spell newspaper either, Dave. Newspaper. Pick up mitts. Okay. We now have the mitts. Let's wear the mitts. You put on the mitts. Nice fit. Can't carry anymore. Can we just eat the burger? Or do we need to give it to somebody, maybe? You didn't think that bun would be tasty, but everything was delicious. Okay.
Well, I mean, the bun was glowing, so...
Contributing my brains will actually be a net negative at this point, says Ikifu.
Well, you know, there's a fizzy that you really should try.
Oh yeah, you're right, I should try that, eh? Buy a fizzy. The waitress takes your order and brings you more fizzy. It tastes like raspberries. You feel warm, flushed, and quite strong. Bit of energy drink.
More than energy, there's a puzzle later on. You work
yeah?
really strong, you can't get by it, but man, that fizzy energy drink really comes in handy.
Okay. Mad. What am I doing? East? Nope, I can't go in that direction. Nope, can't go in that direction. There we go. North? Whoop, you're standing in the center of the town square. To the north are beautiful weeping willows. To the west is a pet store. To the east is an oval-shaped building. Ennio stands beside you, sniffing the stone path. He lets out a little whine. Okay. Can I look at the path? Maybe there's something on the ground. Nope. Okay. And check out the oval-shaped building. Flo's Party Supplies. Now he looks cool. You're standing in the party supply shop. A place for party masks. The woman in charge stands behind the counter. Okay, let's look at the masks. They're small masquerade masks. Interrogate path. Tell Willow to cheer up. Hang on. Alright. Space Quest's story, and that woman has seen some shit. Something is going on here. There we go. Okay, back to this. Can I buy a
you
mask?
can always just explore the world and see what else. But yeah, you can buy a mask. Just watch out for your inventory.
Oh yeah, that's right. A black or gold one. You know what?
Well, since you've already eaten the glow burger, you can put down the mitts.
True. Drop mitts, and they... Yeah, these guys could probably sell them anyway. Drop the mitts. Drop the mitts under her chest. We'll buy... Ooh, do we want a black or gold mask, everyone? What's more my color?
Don't ask me, that'd be cheating.
Ikifu says black is timeless, so I'm going to go with that. Buy a black mask. I already gave you some masks. What? Oh, okay.
Just get the mask, or you can just click on them.
There we go. Cool. Space Quest historian says, "This isn't a face tattoo. I just punch myself repeatedly in the head to quiet the screaming." Jesus Christ. Okay. Whoops. Keep forgetting which way I'm coming in. Okay. To the east is the oval-shaped building. That's where we just were. Let's go north again. Oh yeah. This was the right way to go. You're standing in a beautiful park. There's a crowd of people here listening to rock music. A band is playing in the bandstand. A woman with soft green feathers in her hair, in her intense pink hair, emerges from the crowd near the bandstand and smiles sweetly at you. Ennio looks around and barks loudly, joining in the fun. One ear flops over every so often, endearing him to a passing tone. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we need to talk to her. I would need her name, right?
Well, just try talking to her first.
You have to use first names in Tonetown, Antonio. Okay. Can I ask about name? You'll hardly get a response from the name. Actually.
Okay, in the magazine, in the newspaper, there's a section called Tass Entertainment that says Daglets to play concert in park. And it says in there that Zag, D-A-H-G, is the infamous leader of the Daglets. And let's see what's the name.
Oh, Zag's not here now. I could show them my press pass too. Because I need to specify to whom. Okay. I dropped the newspaper at the diner as well. Zag tone. Never seen a copy protection that obfuscated character names. Very clever, says Pickle Dog. Save, save, save. I will save. Done. Seriously, save. Yeah, I'm saved. Okay.
Her name for you.
Oh, thank you.
Stelgad is her name. S-T-E-L-G-A-D. S-T-E-L-G-A-D.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. She says, hi, I'm Stelgad.
By the way, it's Daglets backwards.
It is too. Knew you told me you were coming. She looks at Inio and seems awestruck by his presence. You must be the legend. You must be the legend. She looks at you. Show me your press pass and I'll take you to the Daglets. Show
Yep.
press pass. Excuse me. Whoa, look at them. They are seriously on the same coffee.
Can I do a quick shout out?
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen Dawn, for donating $25 via his
Ooh,
GoFundMe.
thank you so
Very
much.
much appreciated. Brings our total up to $1,025.
Wow. Jeez.
Uh-oh. NATO King has told me I've lost the game.
Again?
Again. Can't take a photo? You get your camera ready, yell cheese and onions, and snap a photo of the Daglets arm in arm. I can't carry anymore. I need to drop something. Well, since I've taken the photo, should I drop the camera, or will I need that more, maybe? Space Quest story, and that's it. Starts skinning everyone in sight. Dude, you really want to skin some people. Okay, so I'm gonna... Guess I dropped the press pass, maybe not. I got a feeling I'm gonna need the press pass and the camera more. Maybe the jar?
See, the big thing about games in the 80s like this was that you had to find a room somewhere in the game where you could just drop off all the things that you're not needing, like a storage room, and you would go there, get the stuff, come back and forth. Right now, it's one where the since we're not ever going to see the Daglets again, you really don't need the press pass.
Okay. Let's drop the pass then. And we'll take this photo. And
Well, now you got to deliver that photo to the paper, because
that's right.
if you actually read the physical paper, it says, "Hey, we couldn't show a picture of the Daglets because our last photographer got eaten by a group."
Nice. Stelgard says, "What? Leave so soon? Their break isn't over. Should we talk to the Daglets?" Zag, the lead member, steps forward and says, "It's an honor, Ennio." He smiles. It's an honor, Ennio. He smiles. With our Zag tones, the Daglets can make great new sounds. That's why our song Tass is hit number 1. The new sound is electrolic. The old man came through town a while back and gave us the idea for the Zag tone. It makes as many different sounds as there are things to strike it against. We wanted to play for the commuters at the island of the tower, but they said our Zag tones would damage the equipment there. No loss. The park's a far better gig anyway. Okay. Ikifu thinks the old guy's holding a controller for what is it? Guitar Hero, Stair Hero. I read that as Stair Hero as well.
Looks like a Chapman stick to me.
Yeah. Sitar Hero. Sitar Hero. Okay, so we can't leave? So break's not over?
You need to get a Zag tone from them. You could drop the camera because you have the photo, but if you get a Zag tone from them, then it'll let you go, because the game's trying to say,
you need
better
this.
get something before you leave. Yep.
Okay.
Now get Zag tone.
Get Zag tone. Zag says, "That's one of our Zag tones. I have an extra. Keep it." You've got a Zag tone. Stelgard walks up and says, "Your break's over, guys. See you later," and escorts you back to the park. And we're standing back in the park again, and we have a Zag tone. Awesome. Okay, well, let's head back to the...
You're good.
Oh, which way was the... Nope. Say it was west. No, it wasn't west. Crap. There we go. Give photo to... Oh, what was the editor's name again? New You. New You smiles. You've proven yourself worthy of a chance to really work with the legend. Motioning towards Ennio the dog. It seems like our old-time friend and creator, Gramps, is in deep water with Snarl. It's time you and Ennio checked it out. We think he's being held in the tower. When you finally get to Snarl, be sure to sick Ennio on him. Okay. Well, that's a hint. Grinderslav, I thought that was a real dog. Okay. So, north. Alright, now we need to find this tower. Actually, should I wear the mask? I haven't worn it yet. It's a snug fit, but it's on. Okay. Oops, nope. Damn it. Okay. South is going back in there again, so north. forth. Here we go. Whoop. We've got Burger Becky donating $100. Thank you for being on the Twitch stream, honestly.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
seriously, thank you so
aka
much.
Becky. Thank you so much for the $100. It is a huge help for Steve and us.
Oh my god.
And thank you for coming on the stream as well, because this game is definitely an underrated game and not enough people know about it, and I'm so glad we got to show it off.
Yeah,
I love this game.
Honestly,
I love this game. Like,
I'm glad I found out about it. I'm gonna finish this. I'm going to finish this.
Yeah, thankfully the game is kind of short, but then again, I had to make the game fit in 32K. Now, granted, if I was able to remaster it or something like that, I would make it so much bigger.
Maybe we should just make Vast Times in Tonetown, with Benio.
Oh yeah, well hell, I've got my the idea I have for essentially its sequel, which could be just essentially a remastering, but done with modern pop culture references. Because the way I tell people this game is saying, playing Tass Times in Tonetown is like having a drug trip without taking any drugs.
Right. That's why I like it.
Oh, that's what I'm feeling.
I get it.
Okay, that explains that. You hear someone approaching. You're standing inside Snarl Pets. Snarl Pet. There's a glassed off
Franklin
wall.
Snarl.
Look at those things. The eyes scare me, says DD.
Whacked off their gourd.
There is a glassed off wall with blob pets, making strange squealing sounds. There is a small sign near the register on the wall, and a clock on the front door. Ennio appears, very nervous. Read sign? Or am I gonna die in here? Sonic lock alarm. There's a small unlit red light next to it.
So yeah, you had ideas on how you would make the game longer and larger. Oh, much lost her.
Yep. Is it something with Discord or? Oh, she's muted at the moment.
Gotcha.
What's muted, huh?
Oh, there you are.
I was just saying, you said that you had ideas on how you would make this game like larger and longer.
Oh yeah, I mean, I actually have a game design of both, Tass Times in Tonetown, and if it was remastered and or sequel. And yes, that's Franklin Snarl.
Look at him.
There he is.
That drool is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I man, I really wish that a sequel could happen to this game, because I just love this game's new wave aesthetic. Like, I think that was so fun. This whole world that it lives in. Like you said, it's like a video come to life.
Yeah, I think that's awesome too.
Sit down and play. I just want to play a rolling DX7 while I'm, at this, and with a Lin drum machine, make music. Love it.
Help you. Grinning in my direction. I don't like the way he's grinning at me. That gator is having a seizure or something. It's the coffee in Tonetown. They don't use artificial sweetener in their coffee, if you get what I'm saying. Should I talk to Franklin? I feel like I'm about to die here. Nice critter you got there, Ennio, Snarl says, curling his lip in a grin. Pickle Dog says, so Tonetown is Seattle, but with more coffee?
And you may have noticed he's referring to you as the critter.
Yeah. He's making me feel like a critter the way he's looking at me. Get out of here. East is an oval-shaped building. Wait, west? North? North is to the park. West. And there's nervous in here. Crocodile men are common here in Australia, even talking kangaroos. I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look. Is there anywhere else I can go? No. Let's go. Let's just get out of here. West. Oh, no. East. There we go. West is the pet store. To the east is an oval-shaped building. South is back to town, right? South, is that back to the... That's the Tonetown, yeah. Should have drawn... Oops, no. Should have drawn a map of, the town. There are some... Ah, from the concert, right. Oh, here we go. Thanks for that, Nader King. Appreciate it. You're on a nature trail leading through a pretty section of flowers and trees. A sign says, "Preserve our wooded areas. Please stay on the trail." Ennio wags his tail and eyes the birds. Okay. Let's walk along the trail. Whoop.
No, he is a dog, but not a cat.
This music, you hear the breathing of a horrible creature sloshing through the wetlands. You're on a long river which grows to the north and the east. Around you, the shoreline melts into the boggy marshland. That is so we're gonna die music. I mean, it's pretty much perfect because if we die here, then we can go straight to Sim City, right? When did we get into Jaws? Oh, long reedy grasses sway in the wind. The ground is under several feet of water, and it's difficult to walk. You manage to slog through the marsh. Oh man. Just in case. What? A bubbling noise, reptilian hissing. Oh my god. Save game. I'm gonna save game at the death. 3. Ah. That's better. Conifers close about you in a damp and dim, densely treed wood. From the north, a strange musty odour permeates the air, making it thick and heavy. Grundislav, are we in Florida now? Oh, what do we got?
Well, you are
Nader
in somebody's dream.
Nader King has donated $100. Thank you, Nader King. That is wild.
Huge thank you, Nita King. Very much appreciated by all of us, especially Steve.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
Yeah, just think of all the glow burgers he can eat.
I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
What's the conversion rate on guitar picks? Out of curiosity. What are we feeling?
Man, they're cheap.
Oh yeah? So we are in someone's yard, you said, Rebecca?
No, you're the whole world you're in is essentially something created out of Grandpa's imagination.
Oh yeah, true. Whoa. That is an ominous tree. Okay. The ground feels spongy, and dust billows up each step. Large mushroom growths encrust the tree trunks. A dank, musty odor permeates the air, making it difficult to breathe. Out of the thick air flash red devils, curling neon tubes of lightning. They singe the ground as they strike, coming uncomfortably close to your skin. Well, that's no good. That can't be good for anybody.
Yeah. Fun fact: those things that are flying around seem electrical. It would really help if you had a silver jar to put them in.
Oh. I just so happen to have a silver jar.
Yes, but you don't happen to have something that lets you hold on to something that's really hot.
Like mints. Like mints. Okay, so we're going to go back to the clothing store, but I don't think we have time for that. I think it's almost Pete's turn to play SimCity, right?
It's my turn now, baby!
Hey, Pete.
Oh no.
What about
Can we,
Grandma?
can we
We can.
quickly give
Long without the grandma.
Can we quickly give Rebecca a chance to say goodbyes and do
Absolutely.
a shout out of any of
Absolutely.
her work that she wants to do?
Absolutely.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for looking over a game. I mean, it was fun creating it. It was like back in 1984, 85 when we came up with the whole idea of it. And
Oh my god.
yeah, it was around 85 was when the Apple II 64 PC version, the 86 was when the 2GS Amiga versions were out. But then that's already, that was my fourth game. Mind Shadow, Transaction, this. But it's everybody who's played it loves the game. It's just
I
a
do. I
shame.
love it. It's
Yeah.
really. It
It's
is
a
one of my
really
favorites.
cool game.
Yeah, I've been having
I
fun
just
with it.
love it.
Yeah, the main problem was that when we did Tass Times in Tonetown, I was planning on doing Tasser Times in Tonetown. That was his working title. But it was killed because at the time, adventure games were kind of falling by the wayside, and that's when I moved over to games like Bard's Tale, Bard's Tale
Right.
3. So that's, and of course, Bard's Tale 3 is one I created, and people seem to like that one the best.
I love how it's so funny. Just how you could be so casual about this, and Bard's Tale 3 is
It's like
it's fucking Bard's Tale 3.
right. It's one of those iconic games. It's like, people seem to like it.
People think about it. The fact is, for me, I've got several games. I mean,
I
Mind
know,
Shadow was
I
my
know.
first one. Then, of course, Tass Times in Tonetown was the only one everyone remembers me for. Then there was, of course, Bard's Tale 3. Then I followed it with Dragon Wars.
Right.
And then after that was work on Descents for the networking code. And then afterwards, Out of This World for the Super Nintendo, the game that everybody thought couldn't be done, yet here it is on a cartridge. And then there's Wolfenstein 3D for the Mac. And so on and so on and so on. And so it kind of feels a blur for me. But for the one thing I will announce, because now Steve Jackson finally let the secret out, is we're redoing Car Wars.
Nice.
So we're bringing back Auto Duel. So
Cool.
remember, everybody,
Nice.
Very cool.
drive offensively.
Nita King says this game was a big part of their youth, and he also asks, wasn't Sierra on the rise at that time though?
Sierra's in the adventure game. They started around 79 with what was it called? Wizard and the Princess and Mission Asteroid and so forth. And went up to Time Zone, and then of course they went with King's Quest. But because the problem was that King's Quest costs a lot more money to develop, whereas this game, it was only done by 3 people. It was myself, an artist, I believe that was Todd Kamasta, either David Lowry, who did all the art, and then the music was done by Russell Lieblich and myself. So that's it, just 3 people. Now the game story in the storyline here and how it was all fleshed out, that is Mike and Muffy Berlin, straight from Infocom.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're the ones who actually came up with some of the storylines, characters, stuff like that. I'm the one who actually made it real. But that's the entire team. Whereas if we did a King's Quest style game, the amount of art we would have to do, plus all new tools and stuff, would have easily quadrupled the budget. And Interplay really wasn't rolling in the dough at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we then decided to take a chance on doing Bard's Tale, and that's what brought in the money. So of course then it's like, why do RPGs when Bard's Tale games make more money? And therein is why Interplay just stopped making point-and-click graphic text adventures. It was just one of those where certain things of the time really wasn't going in the direction we wanted to go, and we had to change because back then I was just doing almost exclusively adventure games because from 83 to 86, those 3 years I made 4 adventure games. And all the different ports, and also Racing Destruction set for Atari 800 and World Karate Championship for the C64 and Apple II. It's like, I've lost count with the number of games. I churn out like a game every month almost. So.
Well, Grundislav says, yeah, making adventure games is for suckers.
We're all suckers.
In some way.
Suckers for adventure games. I'll show myself out.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
But you can see the 2GS version is really nice.
It is really nice.
Good looking.
I can't believe I was going to play the DOS one the whole stream. But this has been a lot of fun. Thanks again, Rebecca, for coming on. This has been great.
Thank you so much.
I feel like I didn't really do the game. I don't think I really did the game justice on this stream, but I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm just glad I had you there with me.
Hey, at least I can give you hints, and thanks for the uploading of the newspaper, because there are puzzles that you can't solve unless you have that physical newspaper. And that was by design, because instead of copy protecting the game, I just simply said, why don't we just put a newspaper in it? Because Infocom was doing it, and copy from the best.
That's it. All right. Well, I will be moving on now to give the chair to Pete for SimCity.
Yay.
Thanks, guys, for all your donations. Seriously, it is amazing. What's our total in now?
Wait a minute. I just realized something. We're gonna let Pete build a city.
It's gonna be good, guys.
I don't think we thought that through. But we are at 1,225 total in the donations. So, round of applause. This is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Seriously.
I'm so proud of everybody.
Me too.
I'm so happy about this.
I love this community we have. This is just fantastic. Pulling together to help one of our own.
Talking about SimCity, I did a 2GS version of it.
Oh, really? All right. I'm going to.
While we're
Yep.
I was just gonna say, I just wanted to take a minute before we change over to.
Yeah, sure.
To try and come up with some words here to thank everybody for their help. I mean, I can't stress how much it means and how weird it is to be in a position where you have to accept help from people. Like I don't really have any options right now, and just the fact that so many people from all around the world care and support, it's a little overwhelming, and I am sincerely touched, and I really only hope that I can make it through all of this and make a difference in all the lives that have made a difference in mine. And I just really want to thank you all so much for everything. It's not just the donations to help cover them. I hate money. I hate having it, but I love that everybody here. I'm amazingly creative people. I'm surrounded by amazingly kind people, amazingly strong people, amazingly smart people.
You're getting all the hugs in the chat right now, Steve.
I don't know what I did.
All wants to hug you.
I don't know what I did in this life, but I must have done something right. So, thank you very, very much.
Any day of the week, buddy. Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
going to get through this, mate.
Thanks,
And
guys.
despite what some yo-yos on Kickstarter might claim, you are a good person and you do good work and you deserve all the support and help you can get.
Yeah, there's always
Absolutely.
going to be people that
Ridiculous.
there's always going to be people that try to slag you down, but you know, I know that I'm trying the best that I can out here, and you know, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, well, we don't expect you to be perfect. You're doing a good
Not at all.
job, man.
Thank you very much. Oh,
All good.
excuse me.
Right.
Moonstrike Lily is
Let's
now
fuck this
following.
city right.
Yeah, let's do it. So you followed at the perfect time because we're about to doom an entire city of people before it's even built. So let's move on to Pete now with Sim City.
We'll try. We'll do our best.
We'll do
Well,
our
fun
best.
fact in Sin City, if you destroy the church 3 times, then God will rain disasters on you.
I had to tell Pete the name of the game is Sim City, not Godzilla.
Oh man, I should put my Godzilla costume on.
You should.
It's too late. I'm all comfy now.
Yeah. Pete wanted a bunch of disasters, so maybe she should do that.
I mean, hey, every $20, y'all. Everybody,
Every
You donate-
20 bucks.
if
is
you
a
donate
disaster.
$40, I have to do 2 disasters. That'd be great.
Oh, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna go
insane.
really good.
All right, Well-
I just we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna hand it over to Pete now. Here are the keys to the city. Begrudgingly
No.
handing them over to you now.
You're making the biggest mistake. That's fine.
Excellent,
Well, I'm-
excellent.
We have what the apocalypse.
Should we lower it to $10 per disaster?
Yes, sure. Anything.
These poor people are
Although,
living
if
in that
somebody
city,
donates
man.
$100, 10 disasters in a row. I don't know if I can handle that.
So many
Well, fine.
disasters.
It'll be fine. This whole thing
It's
is
fine.
a disaster.
It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
All
fine.
right,
It's
I'm
fine.
handing it over
fine.
now. All
This
right.
is fine.
Okay.
I am good with everything, how this is happening.
All right, see you guys. See you in this horrible disaster.